I'm happy to thank Taiwan for its generous donation.
Isn't it odd that Prime Minister Justin Trudeau saying thank you to Taiwan is actually a newsworthy event? Now, the question is, why? Well, the answer, it's complicated and has to do with how this government has been dealing with China, especially since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic, the coronavirus that sprung up out of Wuhan and spread to the rest of the world. While much of the Western democratic world, leaders from France, from the United Kingdom, Germany, the United States, Australia, the European Union, the African Union, Kenya, Uganda, Kazakhstan. While all these countries have been willing to call out China and their behavior for lying about the virus, for covering things up, for trying to make sure that it didn't seem like it came from China, all these things have been called out by other countries. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau has been reluctant to do that. In fact, over the past couple of months, he's been asked several times and always just says, now's not the time.
On how this was handled, what lessons are taken, who did well, who didn't do as well, and who was perhaps not as forthcoming with the global community as they should have been. Those are questions, though, for future times. Our focus right now is on getting through this in a way that keeps Canadians whole and safe.
So then it came to the issue of Taiwan donating 50,000 masks to the government of British Columbia. The BC government had no problem sending ministers out to an event to pose for photos to say thank you. But when Canada's foreign minister, François-Philippe Champagne, was asked at a House of Commons virtual meeting, would he say thank you on behalf of the government, he said, well, you can listen here. He simply wouldn't use the word Taiwan. And that is why Prime Minister Justin Trudeau was asked this.
Taiwan has donated 500,000 surgical masks needed by Canadian healthcare workers on the front lines of the pandemic. Your foreign minister wouldn't thank the country by name, will you?
I'm happy to thank Taiwan for its generous donation. It is important at this point that Canadians and all people around the world pull together to be there for each other, because this is a global challenge that is going to face a global response. We need to do this together, and we will.
It's sad, really, that Canada had to be put into this position. The only reason that the Trudeau government even uttered the word Taiwan is because it was so embarrassing what Champagne had done just the day before. Canada was being laughed at, not only internally, but around the world, for being so beholden to the dictators in Beijing that we couldn't even say thank you to a fellow democratic country that had helped us out. Now, Canada has decided that it's going to help Taiwan in its push to be admitted to the World Health Assembly. This is a meeting of the World Health Organization. But in past years, the Trudeau government has not supported Taiwan in this. Again, this is them being embarrassed. What is Justin Trudeau so afraid of here? That was a question in a great column by Terry Glavin in National Post, and one that I followed up on. Some people will say it's because of Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor. I don't believe that. I think that this is a prime minister who just simply doesn't have the intestinal fortitude, as they used to say in wrestling, to stand up to the big bully in the schoolyard, and that would be China. China does not respect weakness, though. It respects strength. And right now, Justin Trudeau isn't showing strength. In fact, he's acting like the little dog that got caught peeing on the carpet. He's whimpering in the corner when he should be showing the world Canada's bark.